Hey! Hey!
Hey! I got my kid in the temp on me, chasing him up my steps. No sense in that.
You think we sent the dog over here on purpose?
It happens all the time. She lets it out.
Okay, we're trying to deal with it. Take it easy.
It's nothing to
Slow
take it
down.
easy. My damn child's getting chased by a pit bull. Chase your kid, you see what happens.
Hey, man, take it easy.
It's wrong, man. If it happened to your kids, it'd be the same way.
Put your hands up.
It's your house,
Put
my
your hands,
house.
put your hands up.
My hands are up.
Put your hands up.
In Daytona Beach, Florida, a homeowner expressed his concern regarding his neighbor's pit bull, a breed that is often associated with fear, whether justly or unjustly, due to its reputation for being more aggressive than other breeds. The homeowner stated that the dog is often seen running freely around his yard. The homeowner also stated that the dog repeatedly enters his yard unleashed and has even chased his 6-year-old daughter, causing her to fear playing in her own yard. During a police response to a call at the neighbor's home, an officer heard the homeowner expressing his frustration with the dog's behavior, which he believed to be aggressive. Although the dog appears to be playful in the video footage, such incidents can be terrifying for young children who may not understand the dog's true intentions. Unfortunately, the officer's response to the situation did nothing more than exacerbate the conflict, which led to a false arrest.
Why? I've done nothing wrong. Zero wrong, sir. Sitting out here watching my turtle with my kids. The next thing I know, we were getting handcuffed in my front yard over a pit bull chasing us. Something wrong there.
You ever hear of open carry?
Yes, this is private property. It's totally legal.
Five,
What?
Hold on. I'm just straight in my back, nothing.
You got anybody else
Wall
standing
here.
here?
Five there.
Yeah, I'm code 4 for the secondary.
You got anything on you? Anything in your pockets?
Cell phone over here. I think a wallet.
Nothing that's gonna poke me, right?
Copy 1231.
Alright,
Zero, put you on the call at 820.
Sorry, hold on for 1 second.
Yeah, we're good.
I'm gonna have to stand him up to search his pants.
Pit bull comes up, runs up on my child.
Child inside, right?
I think so. I'm over here.
You have someone we can call?
My wife's on her way home now. What crime have I committed here?
Open carry.
It's private property.
Doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
Want to bet?
790 covers it.
Okay.
Florida Statutes 790.25 Section N. Lawful uses. The following persons may own, possess, and lawfully use firearms and other weapons, ammunition, and supplies for lawful purposes if they are not otherwise prohibited from owning or possessing a firearm under state or federal law. Section N. A person possessing weapons or firearms at his or her home or place of business. There are so many things wrong with this video. If you listen closely, you can hear sirens in the background of several police officers racing to a scene where there's no emergent situation happening. By racing through the streets with your lights and sirens, you increase the chance of hurting someone in the public. Secondly, we see a cop disarm a man on his own property where it's 100% legal for him to open carry. Third, after disarming the man, you don't see the cop handle the weapon safely. He never unloads it, there's no safety checks, he's casually carrying a loaded weapon. And lastly, what you're about to see is the plot for these cops to cover their tracks once they realize they've messed up. They're even going to try and get the 6-year-old daughter to incriminate her father. This is pathetic.
Watch your head. Just watch your head.
Yes, sir.
Pull my pants up. Falling down. At least check see my daughter's in the house. She ran off and a pit bull came running up on her.
Yep, we will.
I don't know where 6-year-old's at, sir. It's the right thing to do. At least let me yell over there for her or something.
What's her name?
Paisley.
Paisley?
Yes, sir. Shifting back here.
Paisley, you okay? It's okay. Where's your mom at? Do you know? Is she on her way
Coming
home?
back from Girl Scouts. See her on my phone there. If you
Okay.
want to call her, we can do that.
Do you have a phone?
Here.
Okay. He's on his own property. Doesn't matter. It's just like that one down there. Really? I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah.
Remember the one there? No.
Yeah. I would definitely check with Sir though. CYA.
Yeah. You want to stay here with her for a second?
Yeah.
Hang tight, baby, okay?
What's your name? Lindsay? Paisley. That's a pretty name. How old are you?
Middle initial.
6?
William.
Is that your dad? Is he a nice dad? Nice daddy?
Forwarded by name.
Did you memorize me?
Did you?
Yeah.
Alright, sir. These are your rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say may be used as evidence against you. You have the right to talk to an attorney, have him or her with you now or any time during questioning. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed to represent you. If at any time you wish to stop talking or have an attorney present, all questioning will be stopped at your request. Do you understand these rights?
Yes, sir.
With these rights in mind, are you willing to talk to us?
No, sir.
What's going on?
I can get one done. I'll get it. You deal with
I
it.
never know, like, with the white tiles, I'm like, who is it? Because they all drive white tiles. We're about to sit down at Steve's Diner.
Just how?
Old Fifth.
I mean, you got the aggressive
Ring
part.
clubs, like,
That's
you know.
I use his. I have a stash clipper in my truck. I used all my gloves this morning.
Gives that
I'm about to ask my mom because she just started working.
says
at
you-
a
I mean, I
rehab
guess you can
facility.
carry in your
She
yard,
does
but
speech therapy.
if you
Harbor Freight
aggressive
sells them in
manner
big boxes.
within
Yeah.
sight
Pretty
of the
cheap.
public
I
or
was gonna
something.
ask her if she can work, swipe something.
No public. It was just you. You walked in this yard, or you just
I
walked?
walked over there. Just walking up.
Because to get the dog off of his
Yeah, he
request.
was screaming and cursing at me.
Yeah.
So disorderly. So I was just trying to calm him down a little bit because he's telling me to come get this fucking dog, screaming at the top of his lungs. Take it easy. I walked over. He's got a gun on, just pair of shorts, no shirt, holster. He's like this. Come get this fucking dog out of here.
The law enforcement officers have recently discovered through their online research that they lack the authority to detain the homeowner or enter his property without a valid warrant. Realizing their actions have potentially exposed them to legal liability, they are currently fabricating a narrative of disorderly conduct, falsely suggesting that the homeowner made threatening gestures as if preparing to draw his weapon. However, once this matter is brought before the court, the body cam footage will unequivocally expose the officer's false statement. As for the disorderly conduct, let's address that part, shall we? In Florida, disorderly conduct, or breach of peace, occurs when an individual disturbs the peace and quiet of the public, outrages public decency, or engages in fighting. The offense is classified as a second-degree misdemeanor, with penalties that may include jail time, probation, and the creation of a permanent criminal record. Although police use this law quite often to conjure up a bogus arrest, police officers do not have privileged position with regards to First Amendment speech protections. Thus, a defendant generally cannot be convicted for disorderly conduct where he or she merely uses profanity, swear words, or obscenities toward law enforcement, or even yells loudly at an officer. In the case of CP versus State, The evidence was insufficient for disorderly conduct where a juvenile stated "F you" along with several other harsh words to police officers, and then during the arrest yelled so loudly that other occupants at the hotel came out of their rooms. The court found that there was no evidence that the public was disturbed, although there were several testimonies that the witnesses heard the defendant's speech, but there was no testimony that anyone filed a complaint concerning it. In another Florida case, KYE versus State is a case where the court reversed a conviction for disorderly conduct where a defendant repeatedly and loudly sang "F the police" during an officer's conversation with another person, and yelled so loudly that the statements could be heard across the street where adults and children had gathered. In yet another Florida case, KS versus State is a case where the District Court of Appeals of Florida found loud and obscene yelling at police was insufficient to support disorderly conduct convictions. And not to mention the Supreme Court case of Houston v. Hill, a landmark U.S. Supreme Court case that established the right to verbally challenge police actions as a protected form of free speech under the First Amendment. The case was brought by Gregory Lee Johnson, who had been arrested in Houston, Texas for using profanity to protest police officers during a political demonstration. The court ruled that the First Amendment protects the right to verbally challenge police officers and their actions, even if the words used are offensive. The case has been cited in numerous other court cases dealing with free speech and police interactions.
Alright. But you just,
Hey Paisley,
he's aggressive.
what were you doing in the front yard
He's mad at the
today
dog, but you're coming up and he's like this.
with the tortoise?
I mean, you felt like he was going towards you, or well, I mean, you don't
Yeah.
know. You don't know.
What did you do when why did you tap your daddy on the
His
shoulder?
anger, I mean, his anger was at the dogs, but then, you know, the police officer sitting right here, and you got
Right.
run CH on him too.
Doing it now.
Yeah, see
Where
what
was the
CH
pit
did.
bull
We
going?
have any priors?
Priors, mental,
Just a civil at the house.
Well, why did you run,
yeah, the other
Paisley?
firearms.
I didn't ask.
Depending on whichever way to go with this. But
His mother's coming here now, so
how old is
It was going to attack you?
the kid
Oh.
is 6. He's
Has
like
it ever ran after you before?
She's on her way.
Yeah.
The 6-year-old's daughter.
I know we ran into this.
Look at your dad, Paisley. He's in handcuffs. Okay.
I thought it was with concealed carry in the yard or something like that.
Wonderful day, isn't it?
Um,
It's a beautiful day.
I mean, the one thing I found says you can
Pickles
open
get a
carry, like,
strawberry?
if you're trimming your trees and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Pickles the tortoise.
Yeah. Well,
The homeowner was arrested, the charges were dropped, and he does plan to file a lawsuit. But I want to read you guys a quick article about the same officer, Officer Allen, that happened in 2022. Daytona Beach Police Department, Officer Allen has been suspended without pay after an incident last year in which he's accused of using excessive force during an arrest. The findings of an investigation into the incident have dictated what Officer Allen will serve a 12-hour suspension on September 29th. A 12-hour suspension. According to Christopher Howard, the other individual in the altercation, Allen lifted him off the ground by his shirt, choked him, and mocked him. Allen, on the other hand, stated that the man was reaching for his pocket and there was reasonable suspicion that it may have been a weapon. It sounds like this is always Officer Allen's reason for either violating rights or using excessive force. And we see how that goes. When police investigate themselves, they serve 12-hour suspensions. Make sure you know your rights. Always record the police. Fight back the legal way. With that being said, We the People University, signing off.
In a world shrouded in secrecy, where trust is fragile and justice hangs in the balance, one brave author, Abiyah Israel, has unveiled the truth. Living in the World of Tyranny, a gripping expose by Abiyah Israel, uncovers the hidden stories that have haunted police departments across America. Dive into the heart-pounding pages of a book that pulls no punches, revealing shocking secrets hidden behind the badge. Inside, you'll discover stories of cops fighting cops, police chiefs entangled in unprofessional relationships, and unspoken truths about deaths that were swept under the rug. Abiyah Israel, powerful narrative will leave you on the edge of your seat, unveiling a side of law enforcement you've never seen before. Are you ready to uncover the hidden world of tyranny that's been kept in the shadows for far too long? Readers are calling it a revelation, a wake-up call, and a courageous masterpiece that's long overdue. Living in the World of Tyranny by Abiyah Israel, who is also the driving force behind We the People University, the popular YouTube channel that has been exposing police corruption for over 2 years, is a riveting revelation, a must-read for those who seek the truth. But that's not all. Don't miss out on the book that's making waves across the nation. Get your copy of Living in the World of Tyranny now, and be prepared to have your perspective forever changed.